Hi, this is Elise Deglow, and this is my video tutorial on the selection palette tool. So to start with, we pop it open from our shelf. This is a little grab hand icon. This is the work area. And what we'll do is we'll just start with the simplest thing. We'll just grab some items in our scene, and we hit this little plus button down here. And that just generates a list based on selection. We can also generate a list based on component selections. You can also swap out items in the list for other items in the scene. So select the items in the list, and then select the item in the scene you'd like to swap out for. And you hit the swap button. These buttons down here edit this list. So I can select items in the list, subtract them. I can clear this list, I can add them back. If I've been working away and added to the list and it starts getting messy, I can resort it alphabetically. Select all, selects all, sell all. Select none. This clears your selection in the list. And I can select a group, or I can select the whole group and create a set so that the set will save with the file, as this list only works with the session that you have open. So I'll create a set, give it a name. And there you have it. You can save it with your file. These buttons up here, they create lists based on name or node type, and also based on selection filters. So I'll start with the grab node. So I'll just select something in the scene, and what it does is it'll query the object for the node type if I use grab node. So that's a transform. And so if I wanted to grab a selection of things, and I only wanted to grab the transform items, transform types, I go in, I can either create a list based on that, or I can add to the list that I already have. So this is added to that list with more items. If I wanted to use this transform filter to then grab all the nodes in the scene, I can make a list, or I can add to the list. So if I have other things in the list I want to add to, because it's a transform, it's going to throw in just a caution, because transform is a very common type. So rather than lock up your scene, it gives you a choice to lock up your scene. So I'll continue. So what it's done now is it's grabbed everything in the scene that's a transform. It's even got your cameras. So I'm going to move on to the name. So I'm going to grab a name. Let's grab a name of this. Let's say I just want to filter out the word left. I just want to work on things with left in them. So, got that set up, and I'll get a selection of things. What I'm going to do is I'm going to filter out everything with left in it. I'm going to create a list based on everything with left. So everything that I've selected that had left in it has now been made into a list. I can also grab everything in the scene with left in it. I'll just add to this list. And what it's done is it's gone through this entire scene and grabbed everything with a left in the name. We have this find button, and what this does is it'll locate in the list everything that has a common name. So if I have arm in here and I press the find button, what it'll do is it has a drop down selection. You can either just select what's in the list, or you can reflect the selection in the scene. So one last button is the clean interface button. So you have a lot of windows open on your interface, as you do when you're working away. At least I do. You get very messy. If this tends to bog down the scene. In older versions of Maya, if you saved a scene like this, it would take a lot longer to open. Usually if you have textures on, it takes a lot longer, so it's suggested to put everything into wire mode before you save. So if you have all these windows open on your interface and you just want to clear it out instead of hunting for every single window, just use a clean interface and it wipes them all. And that's the selection palette tool. Thanks for watching.